Extra bass hits, baby, all day.
Today we're going to talk about, boom, the HA-2 from Oppo. I don't even trust it to autofocus in on this bad boy. So, we have a lot to discuss today. If there was ever a jack of all trades amp, this would be it. Truly Swiss Army knife status. You can do pretty much anything with this beast. It even brewed me a cup of coffee yesterday. So, there's that.
Damn, Jimmy, this some serious gourmet shit.
Oppo has since stopped making products. I wrote this in my article, which I'll link below. But it's still, I still think it's worth at least checking out on eBay or Amazon. I mean, it's just about the best all-around amp DAC you could buy, at least as far as I'm concerned. The Mojo definitely does outclass it as far as sound quality goes. But the HA-2, I mean, there's so much that it can do, and it comes with a lot of stuff. I honestly wish Oppo was still making products, because I still think this amp is relevant, and I think it will continue to be. This baby goes for astronomically high prices online right now. It's actually quite ridiculous. I was thinking about selling mine, but I think I'm going to hang on to it, because I sold my Magni Modi stack for about around 140, 150 bucks. I mean, it's a good amp, don't get me wrong. I haven't been using it as much since I've been demoing other amps, and I'm basically just used the HA-2 because it's also very portable. You can take it along with you as well as use it on your desk. So it's just a really versatile piece of equipment. Super durable, I meant to say. I think first of all, you should probably know the power output of this little beast. It outputs 300 milliwatts into 16 ohms, 220 milliwatts into 32 ohms, and 30 milliwatts into 300 ohms. So for an HD600, this just makes the cut. The 600s require 20 milliwatts, so you're kind of playing with fire. Not really.
That's very clever, sir. But what if there's a fire?
I did find that I have to put the gain switch on with the 600s, but it still gets plenty loud enough. In fact, this amp works with just about any headphone because of the fact that it has that gain switch, which provides a little extra juice for more power-hungry headphones like the 600s because of their lowish sensitivity. It's right on the cusp. 97 decibels, I've talked about this a lot in my articles. 97 decibels is just around what I would consider low. I think anything below that is really low. Like Hi-Fi Man, a lot of Hi-Fi Man headphones are around 93, and that's extremely low, as well as AKGs. In fact, the AKG K240 and K701, K702, those sit around 91. A big misconception you'll see around forums and stuff, people saying that they don't need a lot of power, which is not true at all. For whatever reason, AKG decided to display the sensitivity in what is it, volts? Yeah, so the number is 105 decibels per volt, which kind of confuses some people because they think, it's pretty efficient, right? But it's not at all. Back to the HD600s, they do need, like the AKGs and like the Hi-Fi Mans, they do need a bit more power from the amp to reach an acceptable listening level. So in a nutshell, that's what sensitivity, I think, is a little bit, in my opinion, is a little bit more important than something like headphone impedance. Impedance is also important, but the sensitivity and the efficiency of the headphone is going to tell you a lot more, I would say, about whether or not a headphone needs an amp. With the Oppo, it's going to do well with the majority of headphones. I probably wouldn't rely on it to power something like a 240 or a 400i, maybe a 400i. I don't know, that's kind of pushing it. Pretty much all headphones is going to work really well. What comes in the box? It's quite a lot. Obviously, you're not going to buy this from Oppo anymore, I don't think. I would say if you want to use this with your phone, just go ahead and purchase a 3.5 millimeter. They're a lot easier to get a hold of. But the HA-2 comes with a wall wart and a heavy-duty premium cable, which is the one I use with my laptop. It's the white cable that I talked about. A short 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter interconnect cable, which I would recommend, as I just said. A micro USB to micro USB. This is for Android users. A USB to Lightning would be for iPhone, iPad users. It comes with 2 bands for your phone and a user guide. So pretty versatile already. It can be hooked up to a lot of different things. Let's talk about some of its features. It's got a line out jack and a 3.5 millimeter audio in, a full-size USB port labeled A for Apple, a micro USB port labeled B for Android. It can also connect to your PC and Mac for use as a USB DAC, which I discussed is what I mostly use it for. A lot of different options there. Features include a gain switch and a bass boost. Also, when you flick the switch, it doesn't immediately raise the volume, so you have a chance to like adjust your ears and maybe adjust the volume a bit before you get blown out, which I find is pretty cool. It starts off a little bit quiet and then gradually gets louder. So that was honestly really thoughtful and considerate of Oppo to do that, which I thought was cool. The bass boost also is done really tastefully. I find that some bass boosts are pretty poorly implemented. There's just the right amount. It adds a little bit of sub bass, but not so much where it sounds like bloated. The volume potentiometer, when you turn it, it clicks, and when you turn it off, it clicks. Really, really rugged. It holds its place, so if you accidentally graze it, it's not gonna like move around a lot. When you turn it, it lights up green. Everything about this amplifier is just extremely well built. It sort of resembles like a smartphone. I lost it. There's like a leather piece that drapes over top of it. It adds, some people don't like it, but I find that it adds a bit of class and elegance to the unit. It also comes with a power check and charge button. So on the side, you'll see 4 tiny green LED lights that show the status of the charge in 25% increments. But you can also charge your phone with it. So the 5th light, if you hold the button on the side, it lights up blue. And I was actually able to charge my phone, which I thought was really neat. So I would just take that same white cable that I talked about and switch it around. So I plug the micro end into my phone and the large end into the port labeled A on the bottom, and it immediately starts charging. So if you ever need to charge your phone in a pinch, the HA-2's got your back covered.
HA-2 got you covered, homie.
So the HA-2 gets 12 hours of playtime as an analog amp and 7 hours as a digital amp. And like I said before, it's also very portable. I take this with me pretty much everywhere I go when I have my laptop case. And it's compact enough where it'll fit in your pocket if you have it paired up with a phone, and it'll fit in most compartments. So
pretty cool.
another important thing to know is that there's an ABC switch at the bottom. So if you're not hearing any sound, the switch may be set to the wrong letters. So for A, obviously Apple. So whenever you are using the USB to Lightning cable or the line out from your phone, use the A switch. For B, you would use the micro USB to micro USB, the line out for your computer, and to charge the unit. So when I'm charging it, I put it on B because I have an Android device. C is just audio in. So this is for use with analog audio sources such as a portable music player, etc. It's got the 3.5 millimeter jack for your headphones. The best part about this is the way it makes your headphones sound, obviously. I would say it's probably a tad better than Dragonfly Red. It's not a night and day difference. The HA-2 was my favorite amp DAC before I heard the Mojo. I would say the Mojo is definitely a step up from anything I've heard. I would consider that an endgame amp DAC for most people. The HA-2 is definitely still a strong contender for best all-around amp DAC. I don't really want to part with this thing because there's just so many uses for it, and it's so flexible. As far as ergonomics go, it's really efficient. Like I said, it's gonna power most headphones with ease and do it well. You know, the tagline for Chord Mojo is your music just better. I would definitely apply that here. I mean, I noticed instrument separation, soundstage opened up a bit. More so instrument separation. I noticed small details in the music that I wasn't hearing before. Vocal passages that kind of came through with more clarity. You'd be surprised how, like, say you got sick of listening to music. I kind of do sometimes, and I just stop altogether. I go back with a pair of HC600s or something, and this amp or another amp, I'm pretty much floored by how good it sounds. As audiophiles, let's be honest, we're really, really spoiled by sound quality we get. I don't really even listen to 24-bit as much because I just don't have access to a lot of 24-bit files right now. But even 16-bit, I'm just always astonished at how good the music sounds with a good headphone and with a good amp. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just stupendous. There's no other word for it. Clarity, immense. You'd be surprised at what you miss out on in tracks when you're just listening to a song through, I don't know, not even a cheap amp DAC, just something like your phone or your motherboard or something like that. When you go back to a dedicated amp, there's so much more comes to life and adds a ton of dimension, space, and just overall excitement to the music. So that's pretty much the HA-2 in a nutshell. There's not much more to say about this little puppy. Like I said, I'll leave a link to my review. Final grade, A+. A number 1, you like, you like. Oh, Fu Yang Su, white rice. Just white rice. I just want 5 boxes of white rice and 10 fortune cookies right now. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my growing channel. And with that, check 1, 2. I hope you enjoyed this review too. It was brought to you by Stu. Who? Me, the lyrical G. Empirical dreams slide through like dream. PC gaming, letting off steam. Got bars for days like a prison inmate. A misdemeanor's fate, no debate. When I wake up, okay, start my day with a cup and I pray I don't faint. I'm a saint of the Most High God. Of the Most High God. Stuff why. Egg foo young. Yum yum sauce, good, you like.